Welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel every week. It chooses the horror movie, and they discuss it. Today we're talking about 1998's Urban Legend, which was directed by Jamie Blanks. I'm your co-host, Alec.
I'm Erik.
1998. This is it. This is 1998.
Urban Legends, dude. Let's get
Oof. Yeah, it really took me back, dude.
So much cringe. Just cringe.
Like the hair, like that guy's hair that looks like Eminem, Joshua Jackson.
Oh, that's not even... I mean, yeah, I guess that's Eminem.
Well, it kind of looks like that in the pager. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of all, like, the 90s things.
Like, the way they acted in class, like, douchebags and stuff.
Yeah, oh my god. Dude. I don't know. It screamed 90s to me. I don't know. I loved it, though.
Loved it.
Is this your first time seeing it?
Oh, no. I think the first time I saw this was in high school, sophomore, junior year. And I remember being like, oh, this is pretty bad. But I enjoyed it. And that's why it's on the wheel, because gotta give kudos to. It has its good parts. It's fun.
Yeah, you're like, I enjoyed it. It's like, you know, it's episode 290 or whatever.
I mean, if you're gonna string 10 different urban legends into a movie, this is the way to do it.
Yeah, you know, I've heard people say, like, oh, it's a lot like Scream or whatever, you know, and I think just like everything seemed like it was like Scream at that time, you know, just like, oh, a hot cast and who's the killer and sort of thing. And
I Know What You Did Last Summer, very, very like that kind of realm. I don't know, man, Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer is worlds better than this. Scream especially. Scream broke new ground, dude. It's so unique.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, the thing is, like, that movie, it talked about films, like, it was very self-aware of the actual horror films.
It was in the horror universe. It was great. Like, horror movies existed in Scream, and that's what was so cool about it.
Exactly. And this one, they're, like, self-aware of the urban legends that they're talking about. So it's just like, oh, like, they're you know, that's how people are dying is by urban legends that they're also talking about in classes and stuff like that. So it was kind of like, I think that, you know, it's kind of meta a little bit.
Did you know the killer was going to be the killer at the end of this?
Pretty early on, yeah. You should have, too.
I remember watching this and not thinking it was her.
When did you see it?
Oh, in high school, the first time, yeah.
Erik, the school's logo is in Latin. You know what it is?
What is it?
It's,
Girl with the curly hair.
It's Latin for girl with the curly hair. No, I literally just saw it.
Oh, okay. I think I found it. The Latin phrase is "the best friend did it," is what what the Latin phrase is. But I can't find the Latin phrase. But whatever the Via Agricola saying is, it translates into "the best friend did it."
Yes. So so if you're a Latin connoisseur and you're just like, well, looking at, you know, like Mr. O'Sullivan, our Latin teacher, if he's watching this movie and he's just like, oh, they have Latin in this movie? I love Latin. He'd
be about 20 when this came out. It's possible he went to see it.
Maybe. And let's just assume that he loved Latin back then. And it just says that one, you know, phrase in Latin in the movie, and it just says the best friend did it. And he's like, I know, did it.
Yeah, like the start of the movie, he's just like sitting in this chair with his like date, Mr. O, and he's just like, I wonder who's the killer.
Yeah, he's just like, well, I think I know. And it's like, how do you know? And he's just like, whatever.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so, anyway, so that's how, but I have no fucking idea. Dude, there's no way anybody would know unless you knew that Latin thing.
Well, I thought it was going to be Robert Englund the whole time until, it's not him.
Really?
I really did. I really thought it was going to be him because he's just like the professor teaching urban legends. It's like, oh, he's going to teach these kids a lesson for making fun of his pop rock joke or whatever.
That's why he's killing everybody. It's too.
See, I'm going to fucking kill all these kids for doing that.
It's too straightforward. I mean, like, because he's already Freddy Krueger, and then he's also got, like, you know, they get the one scene where they go into his room and he's got all the shit in there, the axe and all that stuff. It's just that'd be too.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was asked to be the killer and he's like, no, I don't want to be multiple. I'm Freddy Krueger. That's that.
It's possible.
Don't make me another thing that ruins Freddy, which it never would. But the thing that made me think it can't be, I forgot who Rebecca Gayheart's. By the way, huge crush on Rebecca Gayheart, huge crush on Daniel Harris. Gonna get into that in a minute. But she played Brenda.
Yes, Brenda Bates.
So Brenda Bates, the thing that threw me off is I wouldn't think that someone who's maybe, I'm not going to guess her weight, but a very lightweight person lifting someone and choking the kid who looks like Eminem out with a rope, tying
Oh
him
yeah.
up. Like, I'm just like, I would never expect. I mean, women can do anything, Alec, but if I'm a buck 30, I'm not doing that stuff.
No, it was a man stunt double. No,
It doesn't make any sense. That's what threw me off. No way that was her. There's no way.
absolutely no, because it was ridiculous. Well, that's the thing; they make it seem like it's a man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say anything other than that. But like, it's clearly not her. Like, come on.
No. So at the end, you're like, okay.
Yeah,
Because
you
like,
rewatch this as like, okay.
because then people will be like, what about Friday the 13th? It's like, she didn't do anything like that crazy. She like tricked people. She's like, oh, this is a nice old lady. And she's like, gotcha. Like, that's how she got him. But like, this is pretty elaborate.
This is, you see her lifting and stuff. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I guess like when she kills the dean or whatever, she like slices his ankles and he like gets run over with a car. I mean, yeah, that that's anybody could do that.
More the rope scene more than anything is just
That's,
like, okay,
yeah.
that guy's like getting choked out. He's like, oh, I can't take on Rebecca Gayheart. It's like, really, dude?
But anyways, yeah. So Danielle Harris, moving on to her. What's up with her hair?
I mean, she's very goth and a little too intense for me in this one. But huge crush on her. I had a crush on her. Halloween, obviously. Boy Meets World. She played. I forgot who she was in Boy Meets World. She was the guy's younger sister. Harvey, was it Harvey? Harvey's sister.
Yeah.
Something with a T. I remember it was a T.
Yes, you're right. I know exactly who you're talking about.
But yeah, huge crush. Huge crush.
Yeah, no, she was very different in this. And you're like, oh yeah, huge crush on her. I'm like, in this, like she's smoking cigarettes, she's goth, like all this stuff.
She's taking lithium, dude. I'm like, what? People actually took that shit?
Oh my god, yeah, dude. She's like in chat rooms just being like, you're lithium, you're my kind of guy.
I need a fix, and a dick is it. Like,
yeah, and she's smoking a cigarette in college. Like, it's crazy. Really quick though, why don't we give a brief overview of the film just so people, in case they haven't seen this.
Before we do that, can I just say, my roommate in college, Kevin, was an angel. I can't even fathom having a roommate like I walk in on and they're doing that and smoking cigarettes. It's like, can you not smoke like in the room? I don't know. Like, I'm a big snitches get stitches person, but it was just ridiculous to me. Ridiculous.
Well, I won't say anything, but my roommate in college, my third year, my junior year, dude, he smoked
dipped, right?
So many cigarettes.
In the room.
In his room. Well, no, because we lived in a house. So, but in his room only. But he would ash all over the. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I'm not gonna say any names, but anyways. Yeah. So okay. So this movie is basically, it starts off. There's a college age girl. She's driving a car. She seems like she's in a panic. And then, or no, she doesn't seem like she's in a panic. She's just singing. She's singing like, oh my gosh, she's singing "Turn Around," like "Turn Around, Bright as the Total Eclipse of the Heart" by Bonnie Tyler. And she's driving or whatever, and then she pulls over. She sees Brad Dourif, dude, the guy that plays Chucky, obviously, and he's in like everything.
Good start to the horror icon,
right.
Bringing in Brad Dourif for sure. Good start.
But I mean, he's in so much. But yeah, he's in Chucky, which is cool. Yeah, so she gets attacked or whatever. She's murdered. It goes on to show that, like, this college has this history of, like, oh, there was a murder that happened. This girl died. She went to that college. And basically, it's kind of like another murder happens on the campus, and it just turns into a whodunit. And there's Jared Leto, who's
he's a paper boy. No, he's an editor. He writes for the paper.
Dude, that's what your boy Rosenbaum, Michael Rosenbaum from your show Smallville. You love Smallville.
I love Smallville.
You're a huge Smallville guy.
Yeah, he played a great Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't recognize him at first. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And I looked him up, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, I recognized him instantly.
I didn't recognize him at all. I was like, who the hell? What happened to this guy? I thought he died, because I was like, I feel like I would have seen this guy in something. But everybody else, yeah, pretty much instantly recognizable. You've got actually Alicia Watt, was that her name? The lead, Alice? Oh no, Natalie.
I don't know her from anything else. Alicia Witt.
And it's crazy that she was in Twin Peaks and she was in Dune, which David Lynch directed, the original Dune.
Oh.
And I didn't recognize her either, but I think she was just so much younger in Twin Peaks. I was just like, wow. And she didn't have that big of a part, but
right. Oh yeah, she's in Twin Peaks. I'm reading what she's been in. Okay.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, Friday Night Lights. I mean, good resume.
I know. Yeah, I didn't recognize her for much though at first, overall, it's like a pretty stacked '90s cast. Yeah, Tara Reid, dude, right before American Pie.
This was before American Pie, right?
This is 1 year before American Pie. Yeah, it
Wow. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to afford her afterwards, probably.
was the same year as Big Lebowski, so it's like Big Lebowski, this American Pie. She had a good run, dude, for a few years.
I think she dated Tom Brady, dude. Yeah, she had a
Really?
great. Before I say that, I'm gonna look it up real
Are
quick.
you just making stuff up?
I'm pretty sure. I don't want to be wrong. I'm
I
Googling it
hope
right now.
this is wrong.
Did Tom Brady ever date Tara Reid? Tara Reid Brady dated Roberts in the same year that he was. The two were said to be romantically involved. Okay. She
Okay.
kissed and had a fling with Tom Brady. They were married. That's what it
Oh, they were
is.
married.
No, I'm kidding. Like it sounds like there was like a fling with Tom
Okay.
Brady. But still, come on, man. Come on. Tara Reid back in the 90s, early 2000s. Tom Brady, American Pie.
She's killing it. Yeah, dude. She had
Oh
a really good
yeah.
run.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Dude, I feel like 98 to like 2005. She was just like doing really good.
Josie and the Pussycats. That was like a
Yep.
huge movie. Yeah, American
Uh,
Pie 2.
American Wedding.
And then I think something happened where she got involved with stuff or had a little falling out with Hollywood. But she kind of bounced back with Sharknado.
Hey, she had a
Yeah.
little Sharknado. Let's talk about the positives.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the good years. The good years that she had.
I actually met her at a Comic-Con. And I know you've seen the picture with a couple buddies of mine at Comic-Con. She was nice. She was cool. She's very approachable. Yeah. She's very skinny, though. It's like, wow. Yeah. Really, really frail.
I love that picture. I think you should share it. I don't know. I think it's
We'll see. We'll see.
come on. Everybody shares everything.
2023. Let's do it.
Right. Come on. But anyway, I will say this. It's not that great of like a movie. It's kind of just like I don't really get why Rebecca Gayheart does everything she does.
Because there was an accident at the beginning of the movie. That was her friend from high school that she played a game with where they would do an urban legend where you'd flash your high beams, and that caused an accident of Rebecca Gayhart's fiance, and he died.
Right. No, I get that. Yeah.
She's seeking revenge on everyone else. It's a little extreme, if you ask me. Just a little. The dog in the microwave might be a little extreme, but everything else seemed pretty normal.
Dude, okay, here's the thing. Just go straight up to that girl, and if you want to do is just shoot her. I don't know. If you really believe that it was the girl that died at the beginning and then the lead, Natalie, or damn, what the hell.
But now you're bringing in a bunch of randos that have nothing to do with it that just happen to be friendly with her. Not even like friends. They're just kind of friendly at her school, and unfortunately they're like she kills the guy who made like a really shitty move on her. It's like, wouldn't you be like, yeah, make a move on her, screw her? It's like, no, I'm gonna kill that guy who treated you poor.
Right. It's so that's so I'm just like, okay.
Makes no fucking sense.
I mean, the motive's just not really there. I don't know, but whatever. I mean, you can say the same thing about a lot of movies, I guess. But
I'll say this about this movie: it starts off really strong, and then it loses me in like 30 minutes in with Jared Leto and the story. And I do think it starts off very strong though, and it kind of ends crazy. But there are parts in between, like the party scene's really cool, and there's other parts as well. But
let me ask you, where does that whole murder at the school, like, where does that go?
That's the thing, man. That's where it loses me. There's too much, like, so it's an anniversary of a murder, like a huge massacre or something. That Wexler, their professor, it's like the school would not allow that.
No, he survived, didn't he? Wasn't he the survivor?
He was one of the only survivors. Was the professor?
Yeah, they let him work there.
And it's just like that. Like that probably is like it's just like not worth it to bring Robert Englund in for that.
Well, I don't know where I heard this, but I heard that Robert Englund, maybe I read it on IMDb, he actually read the script and he actually liked the cast. He's like, oh, they're a cool young up and coming cast. This would be cool if I could get involved with this. So I don't know. I mean, he knew that Nightmare on Elm Street was over, so probably just jump right into that.
It's a legacy film. More horror movies for him.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know. But I did hear that he liked the upcoming cast. I don't know who. I also heard that Jared Leto has never publicly acknowledged this movie.
Oh man, if I ever run into him, that's the first thing I'm gonna say then.
You just run up, you're like, "Hey, it's Paul Gardner," and he's like, "What?" It's like Paul Gardner from Urban Legend.
You're the guy who wrote the newspaper and had that really like witty thing at the beginning. It's like, get the fuck away from me. It's like, I saw
Yeah.
Morbius too. You want to talk Morbius? No.
Oh yeah,
Herbs or Morbs? Which one?
Morbs. Okay, so wait, my biggest plot hole, dude, that I need to say before I forget, because it just has me laughing so hard, dude, is when at the end, for no reason, they just start driving away, and you just hear like a voiceover in like as the car's driving away, and it's like, "Do you think Reese will be okay?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, the ambulance is on their way," and they're driving in the car, and then the killer's in the back or whatever. Why were they driving away? You know, when Brenda falls out the window, like they think it's over, like she falls out the window, and the next scene is them in a car leaving, but without the security guard, and you're like, "Oh, she'll be okay," and they just leave. I'm like, "Why? Where are you guys going?"
Like I said, it ended crazy. It just ended crazy where it's just like, okay, so they never found her body, so she didn't die. Aren't you concerned? Should we go looking for her? Should we make sure she doesn't go to another college? I don't know. Maybe. And then the last shot is her doing this to someone who didn't do anything to her before, didn't kill her fiance because she already killed those two people. Or like, I don't know. It just makes zero sense. It's crazy. And how old is she at this point? She's got to be pushing 27. In as a freshman, that's a tall order. I don't know many 27-year-olds that can pull off a freshman in college.
I mean, she's quite an attractive young lady.
Yeah. Okay, we'll give it that.
I don't know. I mean, she could. If anybody could, maybe.
I would have complained out.
Maybe. I mean, I will say this. I'll be like, "Hey, listen, like, she is really hot. But, like, imagine you're 18 and she's 28, like, and you're like,
She reads at a sophomore level. She seems like really mature.
Yeah, because that's how old she was, right? She was 27 and she was playing a sophomore, so.
Yeah, I couldn't pull that off at 27.
Playing a sophomore.
Get this fucking old guy out of here. Super senior.
For some reason, kind of believed it, but I wasn't really thinking about it too much. But yeah, so they drive away though, and so she gets away. I think where she was in the sequel too, Rebecca Gayheart. I'm pretty sure.
I had never seen the sequel. I might have to watch that dumpster fire at some point.
Oh, so you saw it and you never...
No, I never saw it, but I'm assuming it's 10 out of 10, if I had to guess. Urban Legend's final cut.
That's yeah, I think she made like a very small appearance. I'm pretty sure. I didn't see it, so yeah. Oh yeah, uncredited cameo, Rebecca Gayheart. So she is in it. So probably maybe just like right at the end, like, hey.
Anthony Anderson's in it. I know that. Eva Mendes is in it. Jeez. Joey Lawrence.
Oh boy. So okay. So it's still a hip cast. I don't know. So this like, it's definitely not as good as Scream. I don't think it's as good as I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I think the reason neither of those is good as Scream. They don't have like a recognizable killer. Like the Scream mask, instantly you're like, that's Scream. Like boom, Scream immediately. Friday the 13th, you see the hockey mask, boom, Jason. Not even a question. Michael Myers, you know it instantly. That's it. Like this is just like a freaking parka. Like what is this?
This is a parka you get at Old Navy.
That's it. Like this isn't scary.
It is very similar to I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it adds like the furry thing.
Yeah, but at least I Know What You Did Last Summer had the hook hand thing, so you're like, okay, like at least I can grasp that. Like he's got the hat thing and the hook hand thing. This is just like
she's using a knife, she's using a hatchet, she's using a microwave. Like, what's your weapon?
Yeah, you're all over the place.
What's your weapon? You're using rope? Come on. What is it?
There's also the one scene, I know sorry we're all over the place, but where Rebecca Gayheart is swimming in the pool, and this is supposed to be like, okay, it's not Rebecca Gayheart, and you see the person walking in the pool, and she's got the parka on. You're like, what is that person doing? Like, what the hell are they? Why are they wearing a parka like that and acting like that? I don't know. It was just kind of... It was a little weird.
Yeah, that made no sense in any way.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to show that it's not Rebecca Gayheart, but you're like, we have to believe what's going on. Like, you're just kind of walking in the room. Was it cold at any point? Am I missing it? I thought it was like, just, like, not parka weather.
Well, pools are usually, like, it's warm, and so they're not freezing.
Well, yeah, I know the inside is.
Like, why would you need a fucking parka to go out to the pool area? Like, have you ever been to a pool area and it's like, oh my god, this is freezing. I need a coat.
Well, no, exactly. No, no, but I'm wondering if she was coming in and it was freezing. No, no, look it. I'm literally reading it right now.
Maybe she has low blood sugar. I don't
Wait,
know.
ready? Filming took place in July and was completed in September. So there's no way we're supposed to. It's not winter. It's not. And as far as I don't remember seeing any snow. So we're supposed to believe that somebody's wearing a parka during the summer or fall even, and they're coming inside wearing that. Like, why would that ever happen? I'm sorry.
That's where we draw the line.
That's where I draw the line. I'm done.
Also, you should never swim alone. That's another thing. So just throwing that out there.
That's true, especially at a college. They don't have like anybody. There's nobody there just to make sure nobody gets hurt. Like, what if she just like blacked out randomly or something, or like I don't know.
Don't wait lift past a certain amount, and don't swim by yourself. Like those are two things you don't do.
And don't have diarrhea and go swimming afterwards. That's another thing. That's all over every sign, everywhere you go, every fucking pool you go to.
Okay, sounds good. I'm actually pulling up the scene right now at the park. There's a water. Is it a water slide? What the hell is that?
No, it's her doing laps.
Oh no, that's where the judge would go for the swimming. No, I got the scene up. I was like, is that a fucking water slide going in the pool? But that's like where like a judge would go to judge a swim meet. Yeah, the scene makes zero sense. First, what?
Yeah, why is she
Dude,
going?
this
Who
scene...
is that girl? Who is that girl? Is she in on it? Like, is she? She's like, all right, we need to make sure the girl doesn't think it's me. It's like, or we're gonna make her think it's me.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
Rebecca Gayheart knew that the red-haired character was gonna come and pay this person. I'll give you $10, no questions asked. Come in this place with this parka.
Yeah.
Go for a swim. But also, this makes no sense. This makes no, and like she breaks the window. It's like, what's wrong?
You're paying for that, by the way. Like the school is like, she's like, I'm sorry, I thought it was a killer. It's like, are you okay?
All right, you're absolutely expelled. This is crazy behavior. You're expelling me and not Danielle Harris, my crazy sex addict roommate doing lithium and smoking cigs in a dorm. You're expelling me.
It's 1998. What do you want? She's fine. No, but Erik, actually, I want to ask you. Danielle Harris is such a bitch in this movie. Like,
I know, like it's crazy.
Like almost like unbelievably so that the lead, you'd be like, come on, like you'd be like, hey, can we like not be horrific to each other every time we see each other?
I mean, I'm just picturing myself in that situation, or me putting Kevin, my roommate from college, in this situation. And just being like, there's no way in hell either of us are staying in this room with you. Like, like I will leave this school before spending another night with you, hearing you get banged out. Like, not that Kevin would be doing the banging, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but she smokes cigarettes inside. She's constantly using the internet. She's playing music. She's having sex really loud, like
while
with
I'm
no
trying to
regard.
sleep. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and then like makes her apologize, and she's just like, yeah, don't do it again, and stuff like that. It's like, this is my room too.
Don't turn on the lights in the room. Just like put your headphones on and go to bed. Like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah. I feel like the director was like, you gotta be like the biggest bitch ever. It's like, okay, you mean like over the top bitch? And it's like, yes. It's like, okay. It's like, why? It's like, because it needs to play like that. That's the impression I got, because this is like so insane.
Yeah, this movie's crazy.
Yeah, it was just of that time, and the poster too. It's just like, okay, it's like hot young actors, all white people though.
All white, everything white.
They didn't even put Loretta Devine, the security guard, on there. That scene genuinely made me laugh out loud. Is when she was watching the TV and she's like reciting the
yeah.
Dude, it was so funny when she quoted it. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, that was funny. No, she was good. She was good at it. Great. I mean, she's one of like the sole survivors at the end too. It's like, nah, you don't get to go on the poster. It's like, really? Damn.
Right.
That's a bad look. I mean, even for the 90s, in my mind.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I guess like she's older, but is Robert Englund even on the poster?
Is he?
That's dirty. That's dirty.
Wait.
No, he's not.
Who's the guy in the bottom left corner?
That's the Lex Luthor.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so it's all the kids at least. So it's like, all right.
I mean, Rebecca Gayheart's getting up there. No, I'm kidding.
Still, urban legends so white. Like hashtag urban legends so white. Really, really bad.
I mean, the problem is like Loretta Devine. Like, I don't know. I liked her. I thought she deserved to be on it. But okay, I guess they're going for the younger cast. All right.
The poster is cool. Other than that, though, the poster is pretty cool. I got to say that.
The broken glass with the eye coming through.
I like that. And the tagline, "What you don't believe can kill you." That's a shitty tagline.
That's pretty bad. I also like the ambiguity of where it takes place in New England. It's just like you see the main license plate, but apparently it takes place in New Hampshire. That's where the newscast or whatever is taking place when they're like, "There's a storm coming." It's like coming up through blah blah blah, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go skiing up in Killington, which is in Vermont." So I'm like, "Where the fuck does this take place? In New Hampshire? Is it Vermont? Is it Maine?"
Just vague New England. And I think that's part of the story. Like the other tagline, so this poster has two taglines. It happened to someone who knows someone you know. So it's kind of being like, imagine every school in New England saying the same stories about their campus and like the same like jokes. It's kind of like Club Dread. Remember we just talked about Club Dread when with like the guy like what's it, Dickless Pete or something?
Oh, Machete Phil?
Yeah, every place has their urban legend. So I guess that's a play on that by being an ambiguous town.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do we have any urban legends from our growing up at all? Is there anything you can think of?
Not offhand, man. If I can think of anything, I'll text you. But I remember going to Camp Woodstock in Connecticut, and there was a story about like someone in a canoe getting hit by lightning and has been like and died in the lake, like in a metal canoe. And ever so often you see the canoe floating out by itself. And that's when you need to stay in your cabin. It was just a way to keep us in the cabin.
Okay.
You know? So like, oh, don't go out at night. The guy's going to fucking kill you. It's like, oh, okay, I got to go pee though. It's all right. Too bad, man.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess it's kind of like, I don't know, something like parents tell their kids.
You piss your bunk and hope that you don't have top bunk because then you pee on the person below you too. It's a lose-lose. But urban legends, we had the Green Lady, remember?
That's more like a haunted area. I don't know. Yeah. I guess that's like if you drive there, your car will float or whatever, but like you'll see lights around your car or something like that. I don't know. Mist, like green mist will come up around your car, something like that. I don't really know. I never really got into urban legends. I always kind of thought you were for some reason when we were growing up.
Oh, I love I love urban legends in general. I got the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book. That's a fantastic book. The urban legends, I know like all these urban legends. They do a lot. Even the first scene with the guy in the back. There's the Hook. I don't know if you know that one. That's probably one of my favorites. Probably the one of the most known, where a couple goes on a date, they listen to the radio, they hear about a psychopath on the, and then they hear a loud thunk on the car, they drive off, and they get home and they see a giant hook in the side of the car. Stuff like that. I love those stories.
Right. The dog in the microwave one, I don't think I've ever heard that one. That was fun. I couldn't believe that was real. I was like, oh, they're not actually going to do that. And they just do it. They don't even give a shit. They just do it.
I mean, well, if the microwave's not going to kill them, the beer is. Like, you're giving, like, a 10-pound dog a beer.
Like, Hootie.
That's
Hootie.
Gonna... The dog's name is Hooties. Hootie. Hootie. And just, like, dies. Oh, all right, party's over. Everyone. Dude. All right. Well, I'll put him in a box. It's fine.
I love that. They're like, we're going to go over and pierce Hootie's nose. It's like, Hootie's a dog. It's like, doesn't mean he can't be hip. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, dude. That's not funny.
Yeah. PETA better be on that.
I hope people didn't see this movie and thought, like, oh, it's funny to fucking abuse dogs in the parties.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I mean, because, that'd be fuck. Nobody would do that.
I've never seen anything like that.
Dude, if anybody pierced their dog's nose and walking down the street, people would be like, what the fuck?
I'd be pissed if I saw anyone giving their dog beer. That's not okay either. Any of that.
No, of course not. That's really messed up. Yeah, why would you have a dog at like a party at college? I don't know. It's a different time in the 90s.
Especially that big. That dog's going to get stomped out by accident.
For sure.
Drunk guy falling around and, oh, fuck, I think I broke its back. Like,
yes, here. Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's messed up. Sorry, this just got really dark because of the Hootie dog.
No, you're right, though. You're right. But the other thing is, dude, the scene that's also very, like, 90s is when Joshua Jackson or whatever turns on the car and the Dawson's Creek theme song plays.
That was funny. It's like he's trying to be, like, cool, and it's like, this guy's such a wussy.
No, dude, he's in Dawson's Creek.
Oh, he's in the creek. I didn't realize that. I thought he was just trying to be, like, cool, and that song comes on. Oh, shit. He's from the Dawson.
He's in Dawson's Creek when this movie comes out.
That's okay. So that's very 90s Easter egg for sure.
I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. Like at the time, like I'm sure if Joe Chester was here and I was like, I was in theater.
Let me tell you, the laughter that happened, like your Joe.
God, yeah, like seriously, because like, dude, like that's not gonna land. Like, it didn't land for you.
Hell no! I thought it was just like, oh, he's just listening to something like Hold On for One More Day or something.
Oh no, it was I don't wanna wait.
Yeah, I know, but like, imagine like you get in my car and immediately on my shuffle is "Hold On for One More Day." I think they do that in Harold and Kumar. That's what popped in my head. Remember, they get in like those extreme guys' car and like immediately like that song plays. It's like, what? These guys listen to this shit?
Yeah, exactly. No, I just think it was just like, I don't know. I'm like, wow, that's not gonna land ever. But that one moment, that joke really landed for a while.
The 90s were just in perfect sync. In sync. Get it? Sorry.
Oh God, actually, yeah, he has the hair that what's his face had. Justin Timberlake. Why was everybody doing that, dude? Eminem, Justin Timberlake, Joshua Jackson.
I don't know.
But yeah, so the other thing is, Jared Leto did really quick. We need to put American Psycho on one of these wheels.
Good God, we haven't done that yet. Yeah.
I know,
but you might want to save that for the Halloween wheel. That's a great one. It's not really Halloween, but it's a worthy horror film for sure.
I know. I can't believe we're doing urban legends before like American Psycho.
We did Santa's Sleigh before American Psycho. We did Thanksgiving before American Psycho.
We've done quite a few.
We did Ernest Scared Stupid before American Psycho, and I don't mean to knock Ernest. I'm just saying things.
We did Richie Rich's Christmas Wish
before American Psycho. Yeah. Welcome to the Wheel of Horror, folks. Welcome to the American Wheel of Horror.
All right. Well, anyways, yeah. So I don't know. What would you give this out of 10?
Okay, if this came out now today, 3 out of 10. If it came out in '98, 6 out of 10. This movie would be ripped apart, like just destroyed.
No, you're right.
If it came out today, yeah,
you're right. Actually, I completely agree with what you just said. Like. That's exactly right. But yeah, if this came out right now, everybody would just be like, this would be straight to streaming, and it would be like, it would be free. People would just be like, okay.
Rotten Tomatoes wouldn't even come out with a score immediately. It'd be like 3 weeks before it came out with a score.
I mean, Brad Dourif's in it. It's right after Scream. Robert Englund's in it, so people are like, oh, there's like legacy horror. There's a twist. It's similar to. It's got a Scream vibe or whatever. It's got urban legends.
Hot white teenagers that are not really teenagers or pushing 30.
So it had appeal at the time, so I can understand that.
This era is gone.
Oh yeah, This was just like cashing. This is rolling off the Scream, success wave. But it's all right. There's worse. You know what's worse than this for sure, which actually has Rebecca Gayheart too, is that Valentine's Day. You ever seen that? Or Valentine.
Valentine by itself, no. I'm thinking of Happy Death Day. I don't know why I was thinking of that. Valentine Day? No, I never saw that one.
It came out in 2001, and it's even worse than this, dude.
Did we ever do that on the wheel?
No.
I mean, just for Rebecca Gayheart, I might have to put that on the wheel.
It's coming up.
Oh, Valentine? Yeah. It's not on our wheel though right now.
It's not.
We'll see. Maybe we'll do a bonus. Who knows?
All right. Well, anyways, Erik, what do you say? Spin the wheel.
Let's just spin it. That's enough Irby leggies for me today. Ready? Spinning. Society.
Oh, okay. I've never seen this. Do you know anything about this?
No, not at all. I think it's from the 80s, right?
Yes, that's all I pretty much know is it's from the 80s. There's this weird thing where all the body... I don't want to say anything. Don't look anything up. I won't look anything up, and let's just go into this totally blind, because I've heard it's really cool, but if you look stuff up, you can spoil it, and I don't know why it's cool, so let's go into it blind.
I like that. Let's do that. All right.
Well, thank you, everybody, for listening into our episode today on Urban Legend. This past Friday, we had The Menu come out on Fresh Film Friday, and we will see you all next week with Society.
Society?
Yeah.
Woo!